Hello everyone, my name is Normal Corey here in Seattle, Washington, and I'm here to give you 5 shortcuts that are going to have you on your MPClive 2 cooking with fire. So like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. If you like making beats outside, stay tuned. We got way more beat videos coming and things like that. So that first shortcut we're going to say is Shift plus Menu. This gives you access to all of your different files. I can come into my SD card and check out everything that I want. So while we're here, let's go ahead and pick some drums for when we make a song here in a second. So we'll say drum. We're going to go in on my SD card. I have all of these drums that I've already used. Let's check it out. They're loading those up. And I'm going to say I want to use, let's do the vintage Linn drum because that's the one that came up the fastest. Oh yeah. Oh, that sounds good to me. All right, let's go over this second shortcut. So if we pressed Shift plus Mix, it gives us our sampler. So say we're recording all sorts of different types of sample. This is how we're gonna do so. You arm the track, but this is gonna save you a lot of time. So if we go to Shift Sample Edit, this is going to let you go in and check out your different samples that you have. Now we've got our Linn drum pulled up, so all of the different samples in the Linn drum are in here, and we can do all sorts of things, processing them, check out which key they're in, all sorts of things. So yeah, Shift press Mute equals Sample Edit, and that is going to save you a ton of time. The next one is if you press Shift plus Step Sequencer, that's going to turn your automation on. So whenever you're recording effects, if you've got that automation going, it's going to go ahead and record that automation. Now you can just press the button on the screen, but this works pretty fast too and just feels good in a tactile way. So the next thing we're going to say is if you press on mute, these are going to be all of our different track mutes. But if I double click, well, I went too much. If I double click that, let's go back to track mute. Now I am able to track mute everything with all of the pads on this drum kit. So we can go ahead and create a drum beat real quick and we'll go ahead and use that. If I press once again, it's going to go back to my mutes on all of my tracks. So we're going to use this while we're making a beat real quick. So I'm going to go in. All right, so that's a nice 4 on the floor, easy beat. We're gonna go in here. If we press time control, we're gonna put the swing up to 53. So now we got a nice little swing on that drum track. So as I was stating before, if I go into the mute, we've only got one track, so there's only one thing to mute. Let's press it again. Now we have, and we can bring things in and out that way. Now, one thing that's cool, if we press time control here and do time division, I'm going to set it to 1 bar. Now it's going to do all these changes, but it's going to do it quantized. So now that's really great whenever we're performing live. So let's go in here. We're going to turn the multi-record off of that. We're going to press a new track, and we're going to do I really like my bass. I like to do bass first just to keep all of my tracks aligned and keep things simple. So we're going to go in here to the Sub Factory, which you have to purchase, but I think sounds really, really good. So let's go to Maramba bass. That sounds great. But then we're going to pick a key. I think we should pick, let's see which key we're going to pick. I think we should pick, you know what, let's just go with C major. Let's just go, we're going quick, easy, 120 BPM. We're just making an easy beat. So now what we're gonna do really quickly, we're gonna go back to our drums. If you click this button right here, it's gonna have all your different drum tracks. We're gonna pick effect. It already has the mother ducker in. So what that means, if you have the mother ducker in, if I go to the marimba bass effects, I'm going to include, let's go in here, dynamics, and do the mother ducker effect. And let's go look at that mother ducker effect. See the way the little ducky's bouncing? That means that every time the kick is playing, it's compressing the bass and it's making it all sound fatter, which is awesome. So let's go in, we're gonna pick a new track. So on this new track, I think that, let's say, and I'm just doing VSTs. You go right here, you can pick drums, key groups, MIDI. We're just doing the MIDI VSTs. And let's say we're just doing a quick beat, so I like that sound. We just have a nice little lead, press the multi-record on, press overdub. So now I think is a good time to press this pencil tool. We're gonna double the length of this. Oh, that sounds good to me. All right, so let's add a new track, and now we're gonna do a piano. And then I think our beat is done. We've made a quick beat as quickly as we can. So we press chords. It's a 1-3-5. I really like the hype synthesizer. Press the multi-record on. The hype synthesizer sounds really great for piano. Let's say octave ambience. Let's turn that down a little bit. And let's go ahead and let's put the mother ducker on this one. So let's press overdub. All right, so let's turn that off and let's bring the sound up a little bit more. So I've just made a beat really, really quickly. Now let's press mute, the track mutes again. See, now these are all the tracks. We press it again. Well, that's not right. So what I need to do is I need to go back to number 1 and let's press mutes. Then when I press it, it's gonna give me my vintage Lindrum again. But I need to be on the right page. Okay, so what we can do is, let's go in here, let's press mute again. Let's take all these synthesizers out. Now it's just the drums. So now we're just gonna perform it live for fun. Let's go back here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these two out and yeah, we'll just play around. We'll play that beat. And then I'll wrap this video up and we'll be doing more soon. I'm trying to make beats as fast as I possibly can. All right, so now let's press mute again. All right, so let's press mute again. Got to go back in here and then we're gonna do both these in here. Oh yeah, that sounds good. So press mute again. So now that's a really fun way to just play around and make music live, which I love to do every day. And the mixing process itself in the computer can be rather boring, but whenever I'm actually mixing with these pads, it can be really exciting. What you could do is you could go in here and you could extend, now we're extended to 32 bars. Now we're in 32 bars. And what I could do is I could automate and I could record all of those pad mutes that I'm doing to build the song that way, which is really fun. Now, what you could also do is you click on arrangement. Let's go in the arrangement and there's the arranger view. And there's a lot of really cool functionality in that. So if you want me to do a video on the arranger view where I'm doing pad mutes live, you have any questions about the MPClive 2 you'd like to ask me, please comment below, like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. And I got way more video content coming out for y'all soon. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it.